All right.
I didn't wipe the table down.
That's okay.
Hello. Thanks for joining us here today on the Hot Chips Gaming Podcast. That may not be the official title, but it's the one we're using today. Mm-hmm. If you can't tell, we're doing an Easter special. Because it's that time of year.
Since it's just around the corner.
Yeah. Well, apparently Easter's actually really early next year. That's what I've heard.
Isn't it the same time it always is?
No, because it's always the something after the something. Like, it's not on a date.
Just,
Right.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, it doesn't have a time. It's like whenever I feel like it.
It's like the 6th Sunday of the year or something. It's not that,
Right.
but it is something like that.
Oh.
So next year it's especially early, which is why we're celebrating it on Christmas.
That's excellent. I like how much Reagan's moving his head.
I'm trying to keep it moving through the whole podcast. I can sort of mimic what's... This will go down there.
Mine doesn't do that.
So much festiveness. I love it.
If you're joining us for the first time,
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
it is a bit weird actually.
Weird or awesome.
Yeah. We do talk about video games, not the dates of Easter. Today on the podcast, as always, we have Amy Potter,
Hello.
myself, which is Jordan, and Reagan.
Hi.
And as always, Theo.
He always looks like that.
He's a bit quieter today.
Yeah, a little bit.
No, yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's actually a little bit sick. He's a bit green in the face.
Oh.
He's a bit sour.
Well, yeah.
Okay, that one didn't work. All right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of more fruit puns now.
Yeah, I can't. I don't got any.
Well, we haven't really come up with any good ones.
No. Anyway, Theo's gone home for the holidays, so he's not here to join us. But we miss him.
Yeah.
So we have a pineapple.
A visual representation for those of you watching.
Yay!
That's also so we didn't have to change the lower third.
That's right. Yeah.
I was just a little lazy. But it's okay.
So what we do first, each and every fortnight. Yeah?
Yeah, for now.
Yeah.
For now.
For now, we might have a few surprises
There's a
next
little
year.
bit
of the surprises that it's going to be
We can
weekly.
talk about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Usually Theo catches us up, does the catch up
Does a
on
catch
what's
up.
going on around the place. But since he's not here, Amy, please catch up.
Okay. There's not too much to catch up about because I don't think there's very many events kind of happening for the end of the year. There's
Other than
nothing-
Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas is obviously a big one that's happening.
Yeah.
But no real events on the horizon. But what has just been, and we did talk about it briefly last time, is the NZGC, the My Republic League of Legends competition that was broadcast live on Sky.
Which is awesome.
It's very awesome,
Yeah.
yeah. And so it's a shame that it was just this weekend gone, and none of us were able to watch it. But we're all going to watch it this week. Hopefully, if there's an on-demand video, which I'm hoping that there is.
Yeah.
But I hear that it went very well, and our very own Theo was on TV as an analyst,
Which
on the
is-
analyst's desk.
So cool.
Very, very cool. And so it sounded like it was a really professional kind of shenanigans that was going down. And from what I've seen, I don't think there was a prize for that one, but the villains team did take it out.
So no prize.
I think there was a prize.
There had to have been a prize.
You think? If there was a prize, it wasn't very publicly displayed.
Right.
So, yeah, I couldn't find anything about what they were in to win. I could find plenty of stuff about what people who went to the live events could win.
I did watch a little bit of it.
Oh.
It seemed pretty well put together, pretty good. I was watching the final number 2, so they did a best out of 3 final.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And apparently both teams playing pretty safe because of obviously they said because of the stakes that was on the line. There wasn't many
Well, I think
teams
that was
taking
Pride.
very risks.
Pride was on the line.
Do you think? I think there was a prize.
Does that mean they won Pride?
Yes.
Okay.
So the prize,
The prize
Was
was Pride.
Pride prize.
the best kind of prize that isn't money
So, yeah, the final
or
was
a thing.
a thing.
I'd rather have money than
Yeah,
pride.
or a thing. Yeah.
You'd rather have money than pride.
Yeah.
Well, it's got very deep.
Yeah, that's a bit. Because there's a lot of ways to get money if you have no pride. So
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, so
So if I just give that all up and I'd have
That
just
says
heaps
a
of
lot
money.
about you as a
But then
person.
once I had the money, I could get pride back.
Could you though? What have you done for that money?
See how if you've lost entirely all of your pride, you can't get that back.
Oh. Still.
But if you
Lots of money
Still.
though.
So-
Still fine
so-
with it.
No, it's definitely worth considering. It depends
yeah.
how much money and how much pride you have to lose
Exactly.
already.
What if I had heaps of pride already and I could comfortably give up half?
And I think that's worse.
Really?
Like, I think if you've got nothing to lose, it's better.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, like you're so low on pride that you're just like, I'm just going to take that next step and give it all away for a couple of bucks.
Oh, only a couple of bucks.
Wow.
Ah, yeah, it's all relative, isn't it?
Anyway, I'm pretty sure these League of Legends players did compete for Pride. There may have been money involved. Let us know if you know. But what I thought was actually interesting was I was just looking up some stuff about this before. So the final was NLG versus Villains. Villains won. When they announced that winner on their Facebook page, they actually said what game will be next.
Oh,
So
Did they?
They did.
What was it?
They said what game will be next.
what
Do you
game?
know?
No.
Oh, so they didn't
They
say what
asked.
game will be next.
No, they said what game will be next.
So no. So they
posed
asked.
the question. Yes.
They asked what game will
They
be next.
asked.
Right, they didn't say.
Sorry. They asked what game will be next. And so I was
Right, okay.
thinking, what game will be next?
What would you want
Well,
next?
what do I want next, or what do
Yeah.
I think it's going to be?
No, what would you want? What would you watch?
I want it to be Heroes of the Storm, but it's not
I
going
agree
to
with
be.
that.
It'll be Counter-Strike.
Yes.
You reckon?
Correct.
Yeah.
On like TV?
Yes.
Yeah, it's and I think it's not the correct decision. I think
given the scene in New Zealand, it's probably the correct decision.
no, I don't. I think given the audience that they're trying to target, because if you're playing these really hardcore PC games, League of Legends, Counter Strike, Dota, a lot of that fan base is already watching on PC and don't spend a lot of time watching TV.
Yeah.
Right.
I think if you're going to have something as a Sky pop-up channel, you'd want to focus on the mainstream consumer, which is probably more of a Call of Duty, Madden, FIFA audience. It's kind of the way I see it.
Call of Duty would be an interesting one to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think FIFA. I think that would actually
That would be
get a
interesting,
fair
yeah.
few I mean, like you're putting it on Sky Sports.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, Sky. You could absolutely have the just sports fans watching. You might even fool them into thinking it's real for a bit as well. Just for the
Sometimes.
These guys, they look really sick.
I've sat down before and there's been the soccer's been on what do they call the UEFA Cup or whatever, and I've thought that it was FIFA. Like I've actually sat down and been like, oh, it's real. Oh, interesting.
When I was
Real soccer.
when I was a kid, like a teenager playing FIFA on the N64 at a mate's place, my friend's mum walked in and said, "Why are you guys watching sport?" Because she thought we were a couple of nerds, and we were a couple of nerds. We were playing it. We weren't watching
Playing
it.
Yeah.
But she
sport.
thought like N64 quality FIFA looked like real FIFA,
I guess
like
just
real
at a
soccer.
glance, like
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So if they put that onto Sky Sports, someone flicking through the channels, they go, "Oh, soccer's on," and just
They
fool
might
them.
just get
You'd
fooled.
fool them for a little bit. They're like,
It's
"Why
true.
is there a face of like a team playing something in the corner?"
yeah,
Yeah,
let's trick them into like
let's trick them into it.
Yeah.
Well, personally, I think that the way to go on mainstream television is to shy away from so much gameplay. Like I think that, I do. I think that it's more about. I've seen a really
You
good
want
show.
them explaining it.
Yeah, I've seen a really good show on ESPN, and it was about this Madden tour around the States. And it was like a documentary about this group of maybe 20 esports competitors on this bus that toured around the States competing at like Madden events around the country.
Oh, yeah.
And it was really interesting. It was really cool. So I think it's doing something like that where it's not only just about the tournament, but it's also about the people that are playing it, the community that drives it. Having a look at all those different aspects that actually make esports really cool.
Yeah.
Is more entertaining for the average person to watch, I feel.
true.
Because I'm not much of a League of Legends
Yeah.
player, and I was watching it this weekend, and I can't stick with it that long
No.
because I'm just not that into it.
So much watching of Shooting the Towers.
Yeah. Do you think we'll get to a point where the next FIFA World Cup, like the actual sports presentation of FIFA World Cup, you would have esports versions of the matches that are about to play?
I think that already happens.
Does it?
Yeah.
I know it does on like websites. Some like websites might run a simulation of the AI versus AI, but I'm talking about getting some world-class esports players to play the games before the matches actually play.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That'd be cool.
I know they
Yeah.
don't need to predict like UFC fights and
Right,
stuff.
yeah,
but,
yeah.
I know that in FIFA you can there's a championship league mode where you follow the season as it's live on television and your teams play off and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Wow.
And I think the players' stats update with who's been dropped and who's getting better.
But I'm saying flip it.
Flip it.
Guys
Flip
are
it.
very
I'm saying just flip it. You're saying that, I'm this.
But so
Flip it
esports
over.
players play the FIFA first, and depending on that score, that the players in the real game get better or worse. Is that what you're saying?
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Not quite to that extent, but yeah. Basically, yeah.
I'm not following.
Anyway, that was a long-winded way of saying, I
Yeah.
wonder what'll be next. What do you think? Let us know. What do you want it to be? What do you think it'll be?
Yeah.
Interesting. I thought. I'm glad they're going to do it again. That obviously means that they've kind of got a long-term plan with it, and that's good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Choice.
But just like what's next with them, what's next on the podcast, Amy?
That's a great segue.
Like that.
That was excellent. Yeah, so this is our last podcast.
It is.
For
Not ever.
2015. Not ever, yeah, just for 2015. We're
You
going
got your
on.
hopes up there, didn't you?
You thought, yes.
Sorry, we're coming back. We're on holiday until the 17th, which means our first episode of next year will be the 18th. So that's quite exciting. Don't know what that's going to involve yet. It's hard for us to
We're stepping up to weekly
tease
podcasts.
that. We are stepping
We're
up to
gonna-
it, hopefully. You've spoiled the end of the
No,
show
I dropped
there.
I dropped the mic too early.
Dropped the bomb there.
We'll just
Too
mention it
early.
again at the
Yeah.
end.
Yeah,
why
so
not?
hopefully we're going to be doing a weekly podcast, which would be great. So on to the Christmas goodness.
Well, since it is Christmas,
It's time
Merry
for
Christmas.
Christmas time.
we
didn't have an intro for that, but-
Christmas.
Yeah, that's good.
That was good.
Is that good?
I liked it.
Didn't put much energy into it though.
I feel like there's so much material there we could have used because there's so many Merry Christmas songs. What are they called? Carols.
Songs.
Carols.
Carols.
Yeah.
I can't think of any off the top of my head.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We
Yep,
wish
good.
you a-
Okay, that's the intro. Hit it.
Nice. So we thought we'd talk about our Christmas gaming memories. Do you guys have any?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure most people probably listening or watching has their own as well.
Yes.
Do you have good ones or bad ones?
I have good ones, mainly good ones.
Yeah.
Does anyone have a bad one?
I've got a good bad one.
Yeah?
A really good bad one.
Yeah, let's start
Let's
there.
Let's
start
start on
with
that.
it, yeah.
So this is probably like 97 or 98, in the height of the N64. And there was a game that had been getting a lot of coverage throughout the end of, I say a lot of coverage. Back then, any coverage was a lot of coverage because it just wasn't a big popular thing to do back then. But there was a game that came out on N64 called Chameleon Twist. And you have not heard of it for a very good reason.
I have not
But it
heard
got
of it.
plenty of footage was out there and it was getting marketed by a bunch of different websites. And I was like, this is something that looks like my kind of game. It looks like it'd be awesome. And I got super excited. I made Mum a big list of games. If she's going to buy me some games, buy something off this list. I had Chameleon Twist at the top. And a bunch of really awesome games on that list, but I had Chameleon Twist at the top.
So she got Chameleon Twist.
So, Christmas morning, I knew it was an N64. You could tell it was one of the games. Opened it up, Chameleon Twist. I was like, yes! And everyone else sort of finished unwrapping the presents, and I went straight to the N64, plugged it into the TV. I was already plugged in.
Yeah.
It's already there. Yeah. Chucked the cartridge in, turned it on, played about 10, 15 minutes, and I went, what have I done? It was terrible. I was over the game before,
What was bad about
before
it?
Christmas lunch. It
How
was just
old were you?
it's like 16, 17.
Oh, okay. I thought you were younger, and I was like, how are you deciding?
I was
this
like
was
16,
terrible?
17, and it
Okay.
was a really, really bad game.
Oh no.
Really bad. I was super excited. It would, back then it was an N64 game. It would have cost Mum like $90 to $110,
Oh.
and it was
Mama
it was
Morris, you did good.
and it was terrible. Like she did great. She got the game at the top of the list, which I thought was awesome, and it was just the worst.
That's a shame.
Just-
And did you
I've
have
never
to?
heard
Did
of
you
it.
did you
Worst.
pretend for the whole day? That
I had
it
to.
was- Yeah.
Had to pretend because she did exactly what I want. I couldn't fault her for what she
Yeah.
did. It was my own stupid fault. It was, and
That sucks.
I paid. That was like the expensive gift for Christmas.
Yeah. Oh.
I was there.
All right. Can you share us up?
Yeah, can you share us up because I need to.
Well, I was just going to talk about in general, like, there's something special about getting games for Christmas when you are younger.
I still find it
Yeah.
special to
Yeah.
get games for Christmas.
Well,
like
I-
I ask for a very particular kind of game for Christmas these days.
Right.
Like, I find, like, these, like, now that I have, disposable, not really, but I have some money to buy video games, I buy them, on launch date when they come out, and I can pick and choose the ones that I want. And kind of research, and then it's my fault if they're crap or if they're good. Back when I was younger, and my parents were buying me video games because I was in school, didn't have any money. I had no idea what I was getting a lot of the time, and I had no idea like what was out there that was actually good.
And there was no way to research either. Like we kind of just went to
Yeah.
the shop and saw what there was.
Yeah,
or
it was
saw
off the
saw
shelf
it on
buying,
TV or in a mailer. There wasn't so much. Certainly not like people's opinions. That
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
a thing. So
Yeah. No podcasts.
yeah.
So there was all this excitement about, it looks like a game, it's all wrapped up. What is it? You unwrap it, you don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, you can put it straight into the machine and experience it on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
You can't do that anymore because they take 8 days to update.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that whole, from not having a game to having a game and that whole kind of excitement around it was like what I always look back on being really cool.
Yeah.
And, back then you were only getting, I was only getting like maybe, only a couple of games a year.
Yeah.
So So it was like this whole brand new special thing. I remember probably one of the biggest memories I have of Christmas gaming was when I received my first game console. And as a family, we got a PlayStation 1.
Right. Was it for Christmas?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah, and that was my first game console. I had a Game Boy before that, so I was into my Pokemon and all that sort of thing. But I remember this was the first, console experience, and it came with Crash Bandicoot. And
that's a good Christmas.
Yeah,
That's good.
and it was the game obviously not disappointing, one of the greatest games. That game was awesome, and just having the whole family, impressed with this machine and everyone around the TV. Trading the controller back and forth, doing a level each. It was back when kind of gaming was this more, joint experience between, so many people on the couch.
Has that changed? Or have you just moved away from the age group that happens with?
Well, I don't know if that age group still exists. The age group still exists.
Everyone goes from 6 to 12.
But say that was
It's like a deep way of saying kids are growing up fast.
Or they're playing different experiences. They're playing mobile games, or they're playing Minecraft or watching PewDiePie.
I don't know though, because there are a lot of things you are imagining that a really social experience, we were passing the controller back and forth amongst each other, but all I remember was bickering over whose turn it was. It wasn't the jolly Nintendo and everyone's
and my
having
experience,
a great time together.
Yeah. My experience is basically just I was the only one interested in video games, so it was pretty much here's a game for Reagan, and then that's what he's doing for Christmas,
Right.
while everyone else is doing social things.
Did you have any siblings?
Yeah, an older brother and an older sister.
Oh yeah, and they were into gaming.
Not at all.
Okay, and you were.
So I'm an only child, but I had step siblings when I was younger. And so I was about to say what was interesting about me was I never asked for games for Christmas because I always knew that someone else would ask for them and I wasn't fussy. And so I wouldn't waste my presents asking for games when I knew they would come and I wasn't fussy about what came. And then I'd just play whatever we got.
So I guess that's a little bit different because my sister is pretty into gaming as well, still big time to this day. And we always kind of got games back then as a combined present. So Crash Bandicoot would be a joint game that we had to share.
Actually, maybe we had something like that too. Yeah. Although I remember very clearly that Sega was mine because my mum had sent it to me from overseas.
Oh, nice!
And so it was very special when I got Sega games that were mine. But,
So there's games I always associate with Christmas. Crash Bandicoot's definitely one of them. And I think
that's a good story.
Crash Bandicoot 3 as well, exact same story. I remember getting that. I remember one of the better ones is I bought Kingdom Hearts for Vanessa, just straight off the shelf. I had no idea what it was. Just thought.
You bought it for her?
Yeah, this is one of the first times I'd gone out and bought a present for my sister. And I was probably about 15 when that game came out, maybe a bit younger, 14.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell is this game? It's Mickey Mouse with a sword. It made no sense.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think I bought it at Wellington Armageddon when it was still at the TSB Centre.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember talking to the guy and I was like, what's this? And he's like, it's really good. It's obviously been out a month or so. And I was like, okay, I'll buy it for Christmas. And that just kind of changed the dynamic in my house. Post-Christmas, that was just all we did was play that game.
Oh, yeah.
And that's very cool.
Oh, nice.
How about you? Have you got a nice warm...
I don't really. So, my Christmas memory was that I don't remember, I say, asking for anything when I was younger. I did just play whatever we got for the PlayStation. I would just play, and whatever we had for the Sega was kind of what Mum would send me. But I was that only child that really loved The Sims. All my mid-teenager years, that was what I played. It was Sims and Tomb Raider were the only games that I really remember playing clearly. And I used to make Mum get me Sims day one, so I never waited for The Sims.
Right.
So now I feel like I am the little spoiled child of the podcast.
Right.
But I remember very clearly playing games on Christmas Day when other family members would get them. We'd say Crash Bandicoot when friends got games, we'd play those, and it was always special. The games that you get for Christmas are special, and they are for me now too. having the podcast and things, like we play all these kind of AAA titles throughout the year, and the games that I ask for Christmas are always the ones that I'm excited to play when I've really got time to sit down and play those games now. So that's kind of nice. Like there's something special about the ones you get for Christmas.
Yeah, there was probably one game that I got. My parents weren't big on buying me video games because I was like I said, I was the only one that really played them in my family, and so everyone else was being social outside. My brother would have his motorbike, and my sister would have a horse, and then I'd get like some Transformers and they'd try not to get me too many video games. But my dad, he always wanted me playing like thinking games. He didn't want me just playing mindless thing. And he bought this game that I'd never even heard of. This is before I got onto consoles. This is on like an Amiga 500. So this is like, I was probably like 12, I guess. And yes, I'm old. So this is like...
It's a mystery cloud of how old you are. You're trying to match up these days.
And so I opened up this thing, and it was a game for the Amiga, but it was something I'd never heard of. It was called The Colonel's Bequest. Laura Bowes' Colonel's Bequest. And the game was a thinking game. It was like one of the very first like adventure games that I'd ever played, and it was set like it was an old time play on a stage, and it was broken up into acts, and it was about this extended family who got brought together on a bayou to divvy up this their grandfather's will, but one by one people get killed off, and it's up to you to figure out who's the murderer or escape. And it was done in a Leisure Suit Larry kind of way. So you typed in things and you walked around and picked up this, used it with that, and it became like one of my most favorite games. It's like easily my best Christmas video game memory. A game I had no idea about from my dad, who knew nothing about video games, who purely wanted to get something more educational, more thinky for me. And it turned out easily to be one of the best games.
I actually think I ended up with Day of the Tentacle in a similar fashion. I'm struggling actually to remember what was Christmas presents, because I played a lot of Boulder Dash, which I recently found out is still a game. You can get it for the 3DS. And I was like, my mind is blown, because I used to play it on like one of my first ever Apple Mac computers that we got. That and Day of the Tentacle.
What's Boulder Dash?
Boulder Dash. It's like, I think that's what it's still called. You're a little, I don't even know what you are, but you're like, it's a, how do I describe this? Flat, like maze type thing where you go through and you have to blow things up.
Is it where like if you go under a boulder and you move away, it drops behind you, and if you move down, it just drops on your head and kills you? Is that that one?
Potentially,
maybe.
And there's bombs.
Yeah, there's bombs.
Think, yeah. That may well be it. And I played a heck load of that when I was young, and so now I really want to get the 3DS version to see if I remember.
That's cool.
If it's any good, but that was a thinking one. It was a puzzle. It's a puzzle game. Yeah, so that and Day of the Tentacle, obviously.
Right.
I think was also my dad trying to give me thinking games.
Yeah. Which is cool. I like that. I like the idea of people who aren't into video games trying their best to, like, for Christmas, try and show that they're doing something for you. Like, that was one of the only games I remember getting, and it was perfect, considering it should have been, by all means, terrible.
Looking back, my parents nailed it. Like,
really?
Yeah. I mean, all my early Christmas, early gaming memories, all of them came from Christmas presents. You know, and I remember opening Pokemon Blue on Christmas. Like, just these
cool.
these the best titles. Pokemon, Crash Bandicoot, like all like. I don't know how they did it, but they nailed it every time.
Well done.
Yeah,
I just don't remember getting anything for Christmas.
Oh.
I mean, I remember getting things for Christmas.
Nothing for Christmas.
I don't think I've got very many games. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh well, that was nice.
It was nice.
Nice
warm
gaming
feelings.
memories. Oh, fuzzies.
Oh, Christmas time.
Jimmy, no Christmas tree.
Oh, Christmas tree. How does it go?
That's terribly out of tune.
Oh, Christmas tree.
I don't know if it's because you don't know the song or you just can't sing.
What's the one that John Key sung?
He sang one?
All I want
for Christmas is you. Did he sing that one?
Yeah.
He didn't do a very good job though.
We did it better.
Okay.
Anyway, I thought we could talk about
what games we're gonna.
Wow.
What about what games we're
That was the chair. That was the chair. Swear to God, that was the chair.
What games we're going to play over the Christmas break? Do you guys have a list as long as your arm of games to finish like me?
I have a spreadsheet.
You got a spread. I used to have a spreadsheet until I realised there were just too many games on the spreadsheet, and I would never ever finish all of them.
I've stopped using it.
Yeah, it's pointless.
I had one too. But...
Yeah.
So instead, what I did this year was say I want to finish these couple of games.
Yeah.
And
Metal Gear
That's-
Solid 5.
Yep, that's on there. But we'll probably get into this, but like something that always gets me about the Christmas break and about holiday and travel, because we go down south and we have a holiday place down there. I usually do my holiday gaming on a handheld device.
Yeah.
Right.
And I love it
So
because
you can actually be out in the sunshine for a portion of it?
yeah, and it's just like it's relaxing playing on it. Like, you know how we had a conversation a while back and you were saying that video games you kind of have to stop and make time for because you don't find them as of a relaxing experience as like watching TV or reading or something.
Yeah.
Like you set
Some
aside and you
games,
have to be kind
yeah.
of focused. To me, I do that for consoles, but when it's a handheld game, I feel like it is reading a book. Like I can just sit down in a
That's
comfy
true,
chair,
actually. Yeah.
flick it open and be like, boom,
Yeah.
I'm having a good time here.
Actually, falling back to previous statement from last, when we were just talking about Christmas memories, and I say I always ask for a specific kind of game for Christmas. It's usually a handheld game. It's almost always a 3DS game I ask for Christmas. Yeah.
So are you guys going out of town? Are you going to be taking handhelds? Is that why?
Yeah.
That's
I'm
what's going on?
going out of my house to my deck.
right. Because I do the same. I normally take my 3DS with me. I sometimes take the Vita, although that's not really as often. But I usually pack one console as well.
Yeah.
I normally take a console with me.
Wow, really?
Usually. And it's usually the Wii or Wii U, because I can play like Wii Sports or Nintendo Land and stuff like that with a group of people.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
The same reason we always take the PlayStation 4 down to the holiday house to play Just Dance.
Right.
On like New Year's Eve of like
Yeah,
a room
yeah.
full of like 20
Oh,
people.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but in terms of because also I guess a big thing about holidays is trying to be social and like spend time with your family and friends
Yeah.
and stuff. So I find getting up and you go into the lounge, people are making breakfast, everyone's kind of together. You can just flick open your handheld.
And you're there.
You're still involved.
You're doing the social,
but you're doing a bit of gaming.
Everyone else is preparing like lunch,
Yeah.
and you're just playing a game. It's great.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, and you can imagine this
Yeah.
happening there.
Yeah.
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 So what games have you got with you, or will you be taking with you this holiday?
So
Monster Hunter 4. All right.
oh no,
Oh, damn.
I'm not going on holiday for 3 months, unfortunately.
It was like super cheap at EB
was it?
yesterday. It was like $47.
Oh yeah.
Reagan is so like the drug pusher. It's just like, get it, you want it.
Just
You
try
want
one
it,
hump,
get it,
man.
get it.
Yeah, I can see myself getting was it X? Cross. Yeah.
Get it right.
I can see myself getting that. But I've made a commitment to finishing Fire Emblem.
Oh, nice. Good choice.
Because
Same.
for every Christmas for the last 3 years, I've started playing Fire Emblem.
Right.
Like it's a long game.
Same.
But
Wow.
it's a great game and it's the perfect kind of handheld, exactly what we were kind of talking about
It's
game.
amazing.
Yeah, so I've started already. My Christmas kind of break has started
Great.
already. So I did start again because a lot too many of my
Did I
characters
inspire
died.
this?
Did you?
I must have, because I started playing like a week before you did, and now you've made it your mission also.
Yeah.
And are you playing like if they die, they die? Or are you playing...
So I started like that.
That's hard.
It is
That is
hard.
rough.
I'm too far in now.
I just reload. Every time someone died, reload.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Turn it
same.
off. Turn it back
Oh,
on.
only if someone I
reload.
really care about dies. I've lost about 6
Yeah,
people.
right.
So that's why I did start again, because I would play like that. I couldn't lose the people. So I was
Yeah,
like, why do
yeah.
I even play that they can die?
Yeah.
What I did find when I started again is that when people died, it kind of made the game a little bit less enjoyable because you just keep blasting through it.
Yeah.
The difficulty kind of goes down a lot.
And you're missing chunks of story as well. If people are dying, those relationships aren't building.
Yeah.
And you're just not as, like, the story does, there's not, like, all the side stories aren't as interesting.
Yeah. So I've spent, I'm really enjoying it. Like, I thought I was just going to play it and be like, I want to finish it, do the main quests. But I've done, I've played a lot of hours over the last couple of days. And I've done like 2 of the main quests. I've just been focusing on side quests.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm just like unlocking all of the children throughout the game.
Yeah,
and
which
kind
is
of
cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Unlocking all of the children.
Do you know what happens?
Unlocking
Have you
the
got any
children.
children?
I've got some children.
So yeah, so what happens in the game is that if you marry a couple of your fighters,
Yeah.
you open up a side quest,
Follow this.
which is their kids when you're unlocking them. And their kids have travelled back from the future. And so they're kind of full grown already. You don't have to have a baby. Like, they come back and they're the same age as you and you can
Yeah.
kind of add them to your team and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's really cool.
Would it have been cooler if they were 5 years old and you could add them to your team?
No.
That'd be quite, no?
Because they're swords,
quite fun.
you
Little daggers.
You could just throw them in the catapult.
Exactly, they'll be small, get into crevices and stuff.
All right. What else?
So that is a definite one. And I was thinking about also putting in the Zelda one, A Link Between Worlds.
Ooh,
What, are you just
right.
copying my game then?
Is this the same game?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
interesting.
you've
Wow.
just stolen all my games. games.
Are you just reading her list?
Maybe.
Sorry.
Maybe.
I can see the questions for later.
No.
And Metal Gear Solid 5, which is not the top priority.
Right.
The 3DS games are
Right.
the priority at this stage. Fire Emblem being number one.
Right.
I want to get through at least
priority.
two.
Shall I go next since they're
Please.
pretty much
Yeah.
the same?
Well, then do you need to
I
go?
too am going to finish Fire Emblem and A Link Between Worlds.
So you've just
Although
copied my list too.
I'm much further through both than you, so I'm also going to finish Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Nice.
I bet my characters are a higher level in Fire Emblem
Maybe.
because they're real OP.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah. And it's from doing the side quests. The side quests are quite difficult.
I have done lots of side quests.
Oh, really? But you probably did them at the
And
right
I've also
time.
done a lot of parlays because I've got lots of street pass teams.
Oh, really?
So it's a very 3DS Christmas.
Yes,
It
very
is.
3D.
It
And
is.
and I'm asking for Majora's Mask for Christmas.
Nice.
So that's going to be on the list soon.
And I just
Got it for
got,
$47 yesterday.
Nice. Hopefully
Boom.
my mum did too.
Okay.
Here's an announcement that's going to rock your world.
What?
I now own a copy of Mario Kart 7.
What?
As do I.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
It does
look
rock my
out,
world.
Look out Street Pass next year.
I need to get a copy.
Yeah.
I need to get a copy then.
Yeah.
Because I felt
Your copy list,
underprepared at the last Street
So
Pass.
did we.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That
I
one
forgot.
level that was like,
Yeah.
I was in the water and then hitting walls and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
mate, I'm better
Yeah.
than
It's
this.
such an excellent 3DS game. It really is.
Yeah.
Like, that hasn't dated at all. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, the price hasn't dropped either.
Correct. It is a Nintendo game. Reagan, what are you going to play over the Christmas break?
I've got 2 unfinished 3DS games,
Right.
and I just picked up Majora's Mask.
Huh.
So Xenoblade Chronicles 3D.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like so many hours into that game, and there's so many side quests, but I'm still
Is that a Wii U game as well?
a Wii game.
Wii
It was on the Wii, originally launched on the Wii, and then they made a
okay.
port for the 3DS,
I
which
honestly thought that was on
which
the-
really ported over really well. They did a really good job of making sure that looked good. Shin Megami Tensei 4, which is so good, but again, it's just another massive
long,
game.
yeah.
So I've got 2 massively long games
Yeah.
that I still haven't got. I'm probably
Still,
halfway
you
in
vowed
both.
to finish these?
I don't know if I can finish them both.
That's a Persona style game, right?
It's what Persona split off from, I
Yeah.
believe. Like Shin Megami Tensei was the original one,
Yeah.
and then Persona came off from that.
Yeah, because I always thought they were kind of like, I thought they were the same title, just the
Right.
Japanese title for
Yeah,
Persona.
yeah.
Yeah. Is that not the case?
No, they're completely different games. One's a spin-off, but and modern.
Because
other one is
we
kind
talked a week or so ago about the Fire Emblem Cross Persona game that's coming out.
Yeah.
It's Fire Emblem Cross Shin
Shin
Megami
Megami
Tensei.
Tensei.
No, because it's in a modern day. It's in a, like Japan. It's in modern day Japan, and they're all like.
But it's kept the old title.
But it's not. Is it Shin Megami Tensei?
Yeah.
I looked-
Because it looks way more like Persona style.
It's got Persona characters, isn't it?
It's really weird.
What?
Yeah.
Well, then, because it's not Shin Megami Tensei, which is like the idea of Shin Megami Tensei is that it's kind of Tokyo in 4 anyway.
Yeah.
Tokyo has been like a new world that has grown over the top of Tokyo, and there are demons down in Tokyo, and you start off as players above Tokyo that have
Wanting
to
to
venture
go
down
down
and
again.
beat monsters. Like
I'm pretty sure.
completely different graphical style to Persona and everything. It
Maybe it's not
and plays-
Persona at all. It is definitely called Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem.
Because did you see the trailer? Like it looks like
seen it.
Persona. It's really
Strange.
It's very strange. But yeah, and then Majora's Mask. I've been meaning to play that since the N64 days. I never got around to it back then. And I don't know. So this is my chance to finally see what all the fuss is about. I'm really excited about playing that one.
Nice.
Yeah.
So not vowing to finish anything.
No, because I'm also worried that I'm going to replay Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.
That seems like a
'Cause that
great
was
use
really-
of time when you've got all those.
But you just
100
played that
hour
recently.
games.
It was really good. It was
Interesting.
really good.
Oh, yeah.
So I could
But
definitely
you got
see myself.
5 sitting there.
And yeah, but my 5's on my PC at home. I'm not going to take my PC
okay.
with me.
Right.
I would love to, but I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could sit down and play
You
Fallout
do
4.
want to see your
and-
family and friends, right?
Well,
Yeah.
do I?
I could keep naming games that I'd like to finish over the holidays, but I'm trying to keep it
But
realistic.
yeah, those are the 3 I'll take with me.
I think we've all gone with 3, so that's
Yeah.
we're being optimistic and a little.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get 3 done. I'm
I'm-
lucky to get 2.
Do you reckon you'll finish one of them?
I reckon I'll finish Fire Emblem.
I reckon I'll finish Xenoblade
I think I'll
Chronicles.
finish Tomb Raider.
Right.
Which
You
is
only got
meant
like an
to-
hour
which
left,
is-
isn't there? It's cheating.
Oh, that's a bit, yeah.
Also, because the other thing that popped up is that Bastion has just come to the Vita, and was really cheap.
Oh,
And I was
yeah.
like,
Boring, more like it.
is it?
I was not a fan of Passenger at
Reagan's
all.
such a hater. Such a hater.
And
That
I-
was
No
the
good.
And I've
game.
still got Transistor on the PS4. Wait,
I've heard good things about that one.
Yeah.
I want to play that one.
but yeah, too many games too.
We digress. What are you playing over the summer break?
Tell
Ye
us.
viewer, let us know.
Yeah.
I imagine there's a lot of people still playing Fallout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I was
Lost me.
at home, I'd be playing Fallout. Like I've got so much of that game left.
Yeah.
Theo,
Yeah.
I haven't touched any of the story since we did the conversation about it, the podcast about it.
I haven't
I've
played
only done side quests. And I've probably put in another 15 hours and I haven't touched any more of that story.
Yikes.
My character
That's cool,
no
though.
longer even knows he's got a kid.
I want to play it like that. I'm
Yeah.
not interested in that story at all.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Anyway,
that brings us to the end of
Yeah.
our podcast.
it's a bit shorter than
Bye.
our usual one. Well, slow
No,
down.
I'm just
A
kidding.
little bit shorter than our previous ones, and that's what we're going to kind of go for. Is that right?
Yeah. We're gonna do weekly
Yeah.
half-hour installments.
Yeah.
Not on the dot, but we'll try to keep it nice and to the point.
Yeah, maybe
but
a
we'll
few
still
seconds
ramble
over.
and
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess
It's
we,
the eye for the ball thing.
we would love to know, we did ask on Twitter, but we would love any feedback that you guys have.
Yep.
We want to be better, be making more awesome content, so
Yeah.
we'd love to know what you think, either in the comments below or over on Twitter. We are at Hot Chips Gaming, and we are on Facebook as well. Links are down in the description box.
We just want to make it better for you.
Correct.
Isn't that right? Is that good?
Yeah, and for me.
And
for
him
Jordan.
and
Yeah.
We
Jordan.
want to make it better for you and
Because I really enjoy doing it, so
Yeah.
if we can improve on
Yeah.
how much we enjoy doing it, then good.
Yeah.
Yep.
So thanks for sticking with us through 10 episodes. This is episode
Episode
10.
10.
Yeah.
That's the first 10.
It's pretty exciting.
It's like 20 weeks of this.
Yeah. It's almost half a year.
Thank you.
Kind of ish. I don't know. I'm bad at maths.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But we have some questions to finish up.
We
Questions
do.
from the
Questions
viewers.
and
So,
answers.
we have 2 questions because I was a little bit late in getting out the question asking.
Good questions.
Again. From Iguana Lasagna, who is Ismail Molin. I don't know if I'm saying that.
Ishmael?
Right. Is Ishmael Molin?
What?
Ishmael Molin? Ismail Molin.
Man, he's
I don't know.
super like insulted
What does
right
this
now.
mean?
I don't
Is
know.
that the name of the
Iguana
person?
Lasagna
Is
is
his-
his like
the
name,
name.
and then
Twitter handle.
is Ismail Molin is his handle.
Ah.
So anyway, moving on. His question is,
Hmm.
how much does everyone love all my crazy antiques over 2015?
Well, what was his name?
Capitals.
Iguana Lasagna. I think as far as your antiques go, I'm a big fan of that rustic three drawer kind of cabinet that you've got in the display window of your antique
I
store.
think he meant antics.
He's also got an 1800s recliner chair.
That was
Yeah.
pretty nice, actually. That little teapot set.
Yeah.
I'm
So
quite a fan of it with the floral design.
he's just always popping up on Antiques Roadshow. This is like, he's loaded.
Got a cigar cutter that I thought looked quite ancient as well.
Hand
Or
painted
antique.
China.
So I feel like the
It's
answer
nice.
is we loved your antiques.
Loved
over
your
2015.
antiques.
Your antiques over 2015.
Please continue your antiques into 2016.
Please do.
And the last question, which is bringing a bit of a worry,
We can answer
a
this.
worry to my heart.
We can answer
from
this.
Tony Hassan. I'm just butchering everyone's names today.
Yeah.
Don't be offended. He asks. Everyone's asked in capitals today, by the way. So
Make
I'm
sure you
going to
yell it.
yell again.
Okay.
Who is Ray's father?
Good question. Now, I think we can go into this without doing spoilers.
Okay, because I have not yet seen the movie.
The movie doesn't state who
your
father is.
Okay.
But there are theories.
It makes it very clear that her parents are like you're not supposed to know.
Right.
Like they purposely
I can deal with
are
that.
Yeah.
like, we're not going to tell you who her family is, but she has one definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
And something happened when she was younger that has some kind of effect that we're not going to tell you right now.
Yeah.
Very excited.
Now,
So there are theories, right, about who the father is.
yeah, and I'm going to debunk one.
Oh.
Yeah, because people are like, maybe it's Luke's daughter. A lot of people have said that.
Yeah.
Jedi are not allowed to have family, and he's Jedi to the book. So I don't think he has a family.
Controversial.
Yeah.
Controversial. Okay.
Yeah, he follows the light, and he's not going to...
So you don't think there's going to be a "I am your father" scene?
No, I don't
That was a
think...
bit deep for Luke.
No. Luke doesn't have a family. Luke
I
follows...
hope there is an I am your
He
father.
follows the
scene.
way of the cloak.
Right.
There is an I am your father scene, but if you went to the movie, you know what it was.
Okay.
Oh,
I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. Let's not talk about Star
Yeah.
Wars anymore. That's
Okay.
it. Merry Christmas.
Cool. Merry Christmas.
See
Like,
you next
subscribe,
year.
comment. Hi, Mum.
Chewie's dad appears.
That would have been amazing. That would have been
I got
amazing.
my hopes up there.
Hey, Chewie has some good screen time.
He does actually.
Yeah.
I just want to go for BB-8
Oh, BB-8's fantastic.
and Ray, but BB-8.
There's an awesome moment, with BB-8 like looking back from Finn to Ray, and then back at Finn
That's
to
the
Ray.
best bit. That's the bit that's stuck
So-
out. Like, when I was thinking
so
about the movie,
good.
I was thinking about that. Or even the bit where he's